Good evening, I'm Megan Griffin, and tonight I'll be presenting my piece titled Cut and Paste. This piece starts off with a funk-styled section. The main motive is heard right away in the tuba part, which, interestingly, comes from an assignment I had in my music history class. We were assigned to write a short isorhythm, and I just happened to really like mine, so it became this piece. After the funk section, there's a waltz section. In this waltz, it incorporates moments where it switches between the major and minor mode of C. After this uplifting waltz, the funk section comes back to wrap it all up. The title Cut and Paste comes from the idea that waltz and funk traditionally aren't paired up together. So it's as if you're taking sections from two different pieces and cutting and pasting them together. Tonight, my performers will be Kyle Mesa on trumpet, Abby Bouchel on French horn, Morgan Tadish on trombone, and Tom Cassidy on tuba. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy.
Hi, my name is Giselle Bode. I am a junior music composition major, and I'm excited to share with you the work I've been doing this semester. For me, collaboration was a large component and a main theme of what I want to do during this semester. I believe that we all, individually and collectively, benefit greatly from working with people in different disciplines who have different perspectives and different approaches than we have, and seeing what they do and what they love. And so it really has been a joy this past semester to just work with a lot of different people and really just to be enhance and improve my craft by watching what they do. I have 4 pieces and works I'm going to be showing today, and so I'm going to talk now briefly about each one, and then give that time to start watching. So first thing that I'm doing is a piece called I'm Ready. And I'm Ready is basically a song that was born out of the excitement from reflection I've seen in myself this past year. We all know, that 2020 to now has been an interesting adventure, and it definitely was not easy in the beginning. But as I look back and as I've seen just where it was a year ago to where I am now, I've seen so much growth, and it's very exciting, and I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see what the challenges are going to be. I'm excited to see the opportunities, and so I feel confident. I feel equipped because of through my experiences this year. And so that's basically what the song's about. I'm ready. I'm ready for all the future has to hold. A couple friends of mine are featured in the song. First being Jared Monty, who is a senior at Cornerstone Christian Academy here in Bloomington. He's a wonderful pianist. I'm happy to have him on this, as well as Lena Smith, fantastic trombone player, and Joelle Labode, my little sister, who is playing drums on this. And I also want to thank Jalen White for bringing your vision and your videography skills. The second work you'll be seeing is a piece for solo violin entitled Imbue. Last semester, Daria Dodonova approached me and asked me if I would consider writing a solo piece for her upcoming senior recital in the spring. And at first I was very shocked. I was like, thank you for asking me, and I was really excited for the opportunity. And so this spring, earlier this year, we met and just talked about ideas for the piece. And what really kind of stuck out to me was this desire to make something your own and really like have a space where you're taking a blank canvas and making it something that you want it to be. And so that's what I set out to do in this piece. This piece is called Imbue. The word imbue means to put life into something, literally, and to inspire something from within yourself. And so I wanted to provide Daria the opportunity to take a blank canvas and make it her own and make it beautiful. And so I'm very excited to see that happen. Unfortunately, due to some health issues, Daria had planned on performing it this spring around April this time. After talking and having some discussion, she's going to be having her recital later this summer. But I reached out to a friend of mine, Ying Tong Wayne, who is studying currently in China right now, and asked him if he'd kind of, just take a week look at it and put together a little sneak peek, a little something to, pique your interest. And so he did that. So I'm very thankful for him taking the time to do that, as well as looking forward to Daria's performance this summer. The next work you'll be seeing is called Surface Acts. My idea for this piece kind of came from I was just working on some stuff this past break, and my little sister got on the piano and started playing this really cool thing, and she thought it was a joke, and I was like, hey, play that back. And so it's kind of putting the thing in, and it kind of started out as this, to me in my mind, like music you'd hear like at a runway, music you hear like at a fashion show, and I kept thinking about the idea of like a show. And I started to think about how in my life, and particularly in this past year, that there's been a lot of tendencies, and there's been a lot of moments where I found myself putting on a show or trying to make it seem like I was a lot better than I actually was. Externally, I was a lot better than I actually was internally. And thinking about like how often in life do we do that though? How often do we put on this surface thing because we think that like people want to see this put together version of us, when like in reality we all have things that we struggle with, and we all have things that we wrestle with internally, and it's unfortunate that we do so much to put on this thing or put on this persona instead of embracing authenticity. And so I reached out to my sister, older sister, Tavia Olabode, who is a beautiful dancer, and I asked, would she be willing to choreograph some kind of a dance off of this kind of demo I had made. And so she pulled in a colleague of hers, JC Henry, and they made this beautiful dance. And so within the piece, kind of how I was talking about before, of the idea of putting on a show or putting on a persona, that's symbolized through paint. And so in the beginning, you'll see the dancers putting paint on themselves and painting this thing. And so it's like the idea of, okay, I'm putting this on me, but like, how long can I sustain this until it breaks? And so like that kind of leads to the middle of the piece, where there's very, like, you can feel the tension. There's tension in the strings, and it starts to like wind up, and it's like, how long can this sustain until finally it breaks? But the ending has a water element, and water to symbolize like cleansing and like a call to be free and to be yourself, no matter how flawed or how not put together that may seem. I want to thank Tavia Olabode, my sister, for choreographing this dance and dancing it as well as JC Henry for being a choreographer and dancing. I want to thank Jalen White for, again, his wonderful videography skills. I want to thank Jonah Choi and Monique Isom for playing viola, as well as Daria Vandaloo for playing cello, and Nathan Almeida for playing bass. Nathan is a sophomore at Bloomington High School here in town, so it was really cool to be able to work with him and be able to make this thing and make some samples happen. So it was really awesome. And also I want to thank Joe Vitti for doing a wonderful recording and helping me sample these things. And the final piece you'll see is a work called Are We There Yet? A few weeks ago, I reached out to a friend of mine, Alexis Rees, who is a music theater major and education major here at Wesleyan, and I asked her to write a poem because she is so great at writing lyrics and poems. I asked her to write a poem that displayed and like encapsulated what her feeling has been this past year in a specific way, and yet in a general way that could apply to anyone. And so she was thinking about things or whatever, and then we FaceTimed like a week ago, and she's like, hey, I forgot to write your poem. So as we were on FaceTime for an hour, she wrote this beautiful poem. And so Are We There Yet really, as I said before, like, for me, I guess, encapsulates this idea of like, we're waiting for something, and like things have been shaken up and things are different. And so taking that time to sit and reflect and see how have we grown, how have we changed. So I want to thank Alexis for writing a beautiful poem. I also want to thank my friend Alex C, who's she made an animation for me that really helped me give a direction to how I wanted this to unfold when I was writing the music that would underscore this poem. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy these pieces, and thank you so much for being a part of the exciting work that I've been able to do this semester.
Zooming on a kid.
dauntless, the faith in the darkness. Hold up, I question the vision, the practice, the I'm is my weakness. Should I quit? I'm ready like SpongeBob chasing these jellyfish. Don't be mad that you can't handle this. And Plankton want the recipe, cause he blessing me, and so they mess with me. I'ma flip the favor, feed the lambs, food for thought, joints and jams. Cause maybe you the kid, too afraid, shine your light then. What we look like, trying to fake them. I close my eyes, never been so open to becoming who I am. In this now, feels like everything I face is behind me. And I'm ready. Pour into me, bring in the new me. Wash out uncertainty, you just prove me to me. Pour into me, just insecurity with your praise, your names, y'all kill me. Just to live through me, I'm ready. 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 I close my eyes, never been so open to becoming who I am. In this now, feels like everything I face is behind me. I close my eyes, never been so open to becoming who I am. In this now, feels like everything I face is behind me. And I'm ready. Yes, that was really good. Also, a good sweet spot is like the app.
Yeah. I know where you're talking
Yeah,
about.
the app, that's a good sweet spot.
There's something so beautiful about public transportation. I am in love with the train. It is good, I think, to rediscover the triviality of life every once in a while. Doing bad, I think. It seems lately that feelings are harder to feel. A moment of parting, greeting, congratulation, consolation, interaction. I feel only that I am in a space that is not what I remember it to be. Change is good, I think. They say to be in the market for it. We seem to be in line, waiting for the register, waiting for things to change, waiting for someone to step up, waiting for results, waiting for the train. That shit is always late. I hate public transportation. It's dirty and old, sitting in uncomfortable seats for uncomfortable periods of time, just waiting to get where you're going. It is good, I think, to be uncomfortable. What we see when waiting, eyes locked on the TV screen. Doing bad, I think. Don't forget you're being affected, silly. You can't just wait for that to change. Starts with little things. Goodness comes with time. Beauty exists in fragments sometimes. Screen is cracked. They never work on the train anyway. Those parts that work, though, what is this show? Some fucked up future, some putrid promise, some traumatic trajectory. We really waited for this. Stepped right onto that shitty train. We saw it coming. The inevitability heading toward us at high speeds. We knew it was stopping here. Now look at us. Waiting, legs crossed, waiting, reading the paper, waiting, looking out the window, waiting, mask on, waiting, storefronts boarded, waiting, fists raised, waiting, hands up, waiting, don't shoot, waiting, 9 minutes, waiting, 8 victims, waiting, when's the last time you ate? Waiting, too much shit on your plate. Waiting, you'll throw it in the disposal anyway. Waiting, what were we waiting for anyway? Love it or hate it, the train looks the same as it did 1 year ago. How much have you changed?
Hi, my name is Marin Tori. I'm a sophomore, and the piece I arranged is called Kiss the Girl from The Little Mermaid. Some of you might have already heard this arrangement in the Tuba Euphonium concert, and the reason why I wanted to put this piece in the composition concert is because some composers not only just compose music, but they have to arrange music. I thought this would be a fun piece to include, and I really hope you enjoy it. My performers in this piece are Lindsay Brigg, Leanna Horton, Matt Fritz, and Marin Tori. name is Marin Tori. I'm a sophomore, and the piece I wrote is called A Special Day in Madrid. It's a two-movement piece, with the first movement being called Festival in Madrid, and the second movement is called A Celebration in the Festival. My inspiration behind this piece was by my favorite composer, John Powell. He wrote a Spanish-themed song called Flower Festivals that was used in a Spanish-themed film. I wanted to take my interpretation of it, so I wrote my own Spanish-sounding piece. And how I did this was I used specific instruments such as the claves, castanets, guitar, and maracas. The performers in this piece are Valeria Vitera Flucker, Braylee Perry, Abby Buchel, Kyle Mesa, Dylan Profiter, Leanna Horton, Lindsay Bring, Ethan Scholler, Daria Vandeloo, Megan Griffin, and Richie Helf. And my conductor in this piece is Jonah Klima. I really hope you enjoy it.